What's up, everyone? This week, I'd like to talk to you about Netflix originals. Now, Netflix has been producing original content since about 2013. It's been some debate for a while as to whether traditional streaming sites, like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, would dominate the television viewing market, now that there are so many producing shows themselves. I personally don't believe this will happen unless these producers start focusing more on quality over quantity. And I'll tell you why by focusing on Netflix. The first completely Netflix original content was House of Cards, the crown jewel. And I will not be the first to say that this is an absolutely amazing show. I still meet people who haven't seen this show, and it's something along the lines of not liking politics, which I completely understand an aversion to politics in TV shows. I hated politics, but this show made me want to learn. If you like any semblance of drama in shows, you need to watch this series. Season 4 is out right now. Go binge watch. Later on that year, Netflix made Orange is the New Black and Peaky Blinders, a British show about a gang and a crime boss moving his way up the ladder. And both of these shows were fantastic. Peaky Blinders isn't as popular as House of Cards and Orange is the New Black. It's a bit different audience, but those two shows were the beginning to Netflix originals. And since they got such good reviews, I think it was kind of an ego boost to Netflix, and then they just started putting out show after show and movie after movie left and right, and now there's more bad than good. And that's been the pattern since. Maybe 1 to 2 good shows or movies a year since, but there are a lot more that we don't know about. There's been a bunch of kid shows, like Lego things, or the cat from Shrek, Puss in Boots, has its own show, which work on kids, but ultimately won't sway viewership away from television. Netflix, to combat this, made their own season to the show Arrested Development, which was absolutely horrible. But the first 3 original seasons are fantastic, and I highly suggest watching if you like dry comedy. It's no Friends, but it's definitely entertaining. There's also been a series of Netflix original releases for stand-up comedy hours, one of which I think you should watch is Jimmy Carr, which was just released about a month or so ago. His gimmick is gallows humor. If you don't know, it's like dark jokes. You have to like that sort of thing. If you do, it's good. Recently added to the mix of Netflix originals was Daredevil and Jessica Jones, which are actual Marvel productions, so that was definitely a win by Netflix. Jessica Jones was an interesting concept, but David Tennant stole the show, and it just wasn't worth watching past the villain scenes. Daredevil has been infinitely more successful, and is probably the best Marvel's gonna do, sans getting a Batman show. All of this being said, Netflix has definitely put out their share of good content, but I don't think it will ever be enough to compensate for the shows and movies we already get from pre-established production companies. Netflix will definitely show success in production of content in the future, but not to the extent I think people are predicting. I predict Netflix will continue the way they are, making a good show like House of Cards and then a rehash like Fuller House. And the opinion of viewers will not wane much. The future of television does show cable cutting, but not for the reasons of giving up our known and loved network TV shows.